Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's recipe for a just egg or egg replacement. Just Egg is a product that came out a few years ago that basically looks like liquid eggs, and that's what you use it as for scrambles or baking. It's been a few years since I have had the real Just Egg. A couple years ago, I made a video sampling the Just Egg product and trying it out, and I think in the time since I made that video that the price has doubled. I'm pretty sure in that video I paid $3.99 and it is now regularly $7.99 priced out here in Vegas. So no offense when I call it vegan junk food, but I know I can make something so much healthier here at home. So for the last 6 months, I have been practicing with my yellow mung beans. It's actually just over 6 months since I made my sister her birthday breakfast, and I had already been practicing with this. So now I think I have figured out my recipe and I'm ready to whip up a batch today. The mung beans need to soak at least overnight. Mine have actually been in the fridge for 2 days just because of my work schedule. So this started out as 3/4 cup of dry beans. And then I add between 3/4 cup and a cup of water. I think this one I did a full cup. Insert that clip from a day ago. Ted, where'd you go? Good morning. Starting with about 3/4 cup of my mung beans and about 1 cup of filtered water. Can you see Ted? Ted, you want back in? Now I'll let these soak at least 1 day. It will probably be 2 days. And since it's so warm outside, I'm gonna keep them in the fridge. So there is just the tiniest bit of water in here that did not get absorbed, which is why I think it was closer to a cup than my 3/4 cups. So I should have enough here for 2 batches. And I got out 2 Ninja cups because when I try to do a double batch in 1 Ninja cup, it doesn't quite fit. So when I do 3/4 beans and 3/4 water, it usually ends up just about doubled in size. It usually ends up about 1.5 cups, which is how I did my measurements. For my spices, I'm gonna see if I can get any of that excess water drained off. So I think I'd recommend closer to 3/4 cups of water because I'm going to mix this up with some almond milk, so I don't really need this extra water, as long as it's enough to soak the beans and plump them up. So when I soak 3/4 dry cups, it does just a little bit more than double. I'm going to split this in half. I'd say that looks about even. And now a 1/2 cup of plant milk, and make sure you get not vanilla. Oh, don't make a mess. I did that like backwards. Unsweetened and not vanilla, so that it's not like sugary and vanilla-y. I was doing oat milk when I first started making this recipe. Almond milk was just what was on sale this week. And if you watched my last grocery haul, there is the tiniest amount of oil in this one. Sunflower or almond or canola, like, I don't know why. But anyway, point being, if you want an oil-free, maybe try out the oat milk. But then the most important spice for this recipe to get the eggy taste is the black salt. If you do my eggless salad sandwich with the tofu, this is the spice as well. But I always like to warn that it does kind of stink up the house. FYI. So the black salt was the thing I kind of had to experiment with because I wanted enough of that to give it the eggy taste, but not too much. When I did too much, it got like too salty. So I don't put any other kind of salt in here besides the black salt. I'll type this out in the description of the video also, but I did a half a teaspoon of garlic powder and baking powder, because I'm gonna end up making these like little pancakes on the stove. A 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and turmeric. The onion powder, I feel like I could kind of take or leave in this recipe. Onion powder, garlic powder just like go together good. So if you had to leave something out of this recipe, I would say it would be the onion powder. But a 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, and I like how that helps with the color. Can I get this opened? So that was just a 1/4 teaspoon of those two spices, and then 3/4 teaspoon of the black salt. And finally, a tablespoon of nooch, which is sometimes a little bit heaping because I think that gives it a good flavor. Oh yeah, it's a little stinky. Okay, so one at a time, let's blend these up and start making some Just Egg sandwich patties. I just cracked this open and it farted on me. Blending up beans creates gas. It's not the first time that's happened to me. Okay, batch number 2, I'm gonna try to blend slightly less. Maybe it will get less gassy. Slightly shorter blend. Okay, slow open, that's the way. I'm going to do a medium-high heat. I just turned it on. I'm gonna give it one little spray. This is my sister's pan. I'm not sure if this is cast iron or not, but it seems like I do one little spray at the beginning and I don't need to do it even if I make like a dozen sandwich patties. And I try to make my patties rectangular shape to fit the bread. And sometimes I do them like long to like go in a wrap. And one time I bought English muffins and then made them that size. I think it would be so good to do some of my seitan with these Just Egg patties on the English muffin breakfast sandwich. So a couple minutes, or just a minute to heat up. How long has it been? Minute and a half. Oops. And just like a pancake, I'm gonna wait for it to bubble and then I will flip. See it bubbling? But not just bubbles, you can see around the edges there where it's starting to look cooked like a pancake. I'm going to wait until it has a good cook mostly around the edges, because if you try to flip it before the batter is cooked, you might make a mess. I heard that from a friend. Now we are about ready to flip. See how it's looking cooked and brown on the edges? Definitely have enough baking powder. It's definitely raising. Okay, let's flip. I'm gonna turn my stove down before I flip. All right, here we go. See that? Perfect. Flip. Oh, gorgeous. Let's get this little dribble out. Sample. Ooh, that's hot. Don't touch that. And I just moved the heat down from like 7 to like 6, maybe between 5 and 6. That's definitely a good brown. Give the other side a minute to get brown. Cool. That looks good to me. Gorgeous. And now I'm gonna leave my pan down like between 5 and 6. I should have washed off the big griddle in the middle of the stove. That's where I should be doing this. Looks like number 2 is just about ready to flip. So it kind of starts looking like a pancake and it gets crispy and brown. My pan is smoking. Oops, that one smeared a little bit. Can I scoot it back on top of it? All right, it's gonna be fine. Put some toast in the Ninja. I'm going to do the egg patty with tomato slices and like some sriracha and mustard and some broccoli on the side, but I need to do that. There's my toast. My second one, I think I poured a little bit thicker than my first one. I'm gonna give that another second. There was side 1, side 2. I'm gonna call that good. So this is still on my first batch, but I don't know if it's gonna make 4 or if it's gonna make 3. Ooh, it's hot. So one batch made 3 and a little bit left over. Whoa, definitely time to flip. I got distracted. Definitely overdue. Okay. Hopefully we're not burned. Nope. And I still haven't sprayed anything besides that one little spray of oil before I did the very first patty. We're now on number 3. Number 3. First side, second side. I'm gonna keep going making patties, but I'm also gonna get my sandwich put together. Check back in a few. Because I don't put any oil in this recipe, it does not do the best scramble. I'll post a link to that video when I made my sister a scramble for her birthday. So I did have things start sticking a little bit and I did add another spray. So here's my first 4 patties. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 cooked okay on the first side. When I went to flip it, it kind of like slid. One of the other ones did that, maybe number 2. But then it ended up kind of sticking a little bit. Sample. So I added another spray of oil before I did number 5. Number 6 is cooking right now. And I don't know if you can really tell the different thicknesses of these. I mean, they're all fairly similar, I would say, pancake thickness. I don't want to put my hands all over all of these. I want to feed one to my sister. So which one looks best for my breakfast? Or should I do 2? I like the looks of number 2. I think he was one of the thicker ones. Like a good thick pancake. All right. So just plain bread on this side. Mustard, sriracha, and tomato. Bam! I think I need to flip the one that's on the stove. This looks extra thick today. Okay, awkward, big bite. Delicious. Could have put some spinach on my sandwich, I realized as I bit into there. Which is another reason I like to make these more oval to put into a wrap, because then I can just stuff that with veggies and have something just a little bit more hearty in my wrap. So it's not only veggies, but anyway. Okay, so there's patties number 5 and 6. I put number 7 on the stove and I have just a teeny little bit left. So depending on the size of your egg pancakes, you could get 3 to 4 per batch. If you do them even smaller, when I did the English muffin recipe, I want to say I got at least 6, maybe even 7 per batch. I store these in the fridge with just a little parchment paper so they don't stick to each other. I can't say exactly how long they stay good, but I think I ate one that I had cooked like 5 days prior. They definitely stay good for a while. Does anyone else love doing things like this? It just makes me feel like such a professional meal prepper. Breakfast sandwich patties are ready for the week. Vegan Master Chef. I am on a roll this summer, not to brag. Maybe brag a little bit. So thanks for stopping by to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, be lazy and be well. Just it's basically looks a couple years. You need, the mung beans need to soak for, the mung beans need, I wish I would have hit pause so I didn't have to edit all this out. It's like the 4th from, obviously the most important thing is to have the I feel like onion powder because if you try to click, and while I have this good light, how did my hair turn out today? It's always hard to see. Even looking in the little mirror. I already feel like I'm fading. My color's already fading. Sometimes Okay, now we are about ready to flip. Oh, let me get some better lighting. So thanks for stopping by to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe. So thanks for stopping by to watch this video. And until next time, be lazy. And until next, I said a boom chicka boom, a boom chicka boom, a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. Why does that always get in my head when I end?